What bottles of bourbon should you get for that bourbon lover this holiday and Christmas season? Let's find out. What is going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, bringing you guys a brand new video. Everybody and their mother is going to be out there shopping around for presents and gifts this holiday season for their significant others, their friends, and their family. Now, I am going to be giving you 14 bottles of bourbons that I believe are really, really good gifts for that bourbon lover this year. I'm going to be breaking it down into two different categories. We've got 90 to 100 proof, and then we've got over 100 proof. I'm also going to be giving you the prices that I think that you as the buyer should be spending maximum for these bottles for that significant other or bourbon lover in your life. Before we do that though, I need to thank you guys so much for the love and support for the channel recently. We have hit 5,100 subscribers and we're on our way up to 10,000 subscribers. The only Christmas gift that I'm going to ask this year is for you to smash that like button. Let's make a challenge of 200 likes for this video, so if you like it, make sure you drop that like. Let me know down in the comments below what bottle of bourbon you're wishing to have this holiday season under the tree or in your stocking or for whatever you celebrate. And one more thing, go check out the store down below and possibly get yourself some Everyday Drinker merchandise this Christmas season, and also check out the Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can help support me and join an amazing group, community and group of guys over at the Discord. But without further ado, let's get into bottle number one. Bottle number one is going to go to Buffalo Trace. Everybody knows the name Buffalo Trace. If the person that you are shopping for is new into bourbon, they will love to have a bottle of Buffalo Trace. Even if they are a bourbon lover and already have a bunch of bottles, Buffalo Trace is that one bottle that, you know, everybody definitely wants. It got me into bourbon. It got a lot of other people into bourbon. Max I'd spend for this bottle, $45. Wouldn't go a penny more. It's a $30 bottle, but the stores are going to be marking these prices up, so $45 is the max that I would go for this bottle right here. Bottle number two is going to be another Buffalo Trace product, but it's a little bit more elevated than the Buffalo Trace. It's going to be the Eagle Rare 10-year. These can come in single barrels. They'll have a silver sticker on the bottle there. So if you get that for your significant other, they'll really, really love that. Wouldn't go any more than $55 for the Eagle Rare 10-year. If you buy the bottle of Buffalo Trace, go to the cash register, ask them, hey, do you have a bottle of Eagle Rare possibly? They might have one in the back, they might get this for you, but I wouldn't spend more than $55 on this bottle of Eagle Rare 10-year. Bottle number three is going to be a doozy. It's actually a trifecta. I do not have the Bardstown Origin Rye, but I do have the High Rye and I do have the Wheated Bourbon. Both of these are absolutely delicious. Wouldn't spend any more than $55 on these bottles right here. This is a $45 and this is a $50 bottle. This is Bardstown Origin Series. These are their own distillate going into these bottles, and they're both absolutely dynamite bottles. I've had a sample of the rye, absolutely delicious as well. This is their first rendition of putting their own distillate in these bottles, and man, I'll tell you right now, for years to come, we're going to have a really, really good distillery putting out really, really good bottles. So like I said, 55 max for either one of these bottles is definitely the way to go. This is the High Rye with the white, and this is the Wheated Bottled and Bond with the black label. Bottle number four is going to go to Wild Turkey 101. Yes, I know it's one proof point higher than 100 proof, but I had to put it in here because I didn't think that it deserved to be in the next tier list. This is a workhorse. It's a sipper. It's a on rocks. It's a cocktail maker. It's anything you throw at it. People will love to have a turkey on Christmas or that holiday day that you celebrate. This is a really good bottle. Coming in 101 proof, wouldn't spend anything more than $28 on this bottle, but hey, it is well worth that $28. Really, really good bottle that doesn't dilute in cocktails. Really, really good bottle for anything you do with it. So they sell them in the handles. You can do those for like $45, but if you don't want to spend that much, the $7.50, $28 maximum for this bottle right here. Next bottle on the shelf, we've got Old Forester 100 proof. This right here is the bottle for the mixologist in your life, the bartender, the person that just loves making cocktails. This is the one for them. Coming in at 100 proof, it's one of my absolute favorite bottles to mix with no matter what you throw at it. It's going to hold up to it. It's going to have that bourbon flavor that you throw it in a Manhattan, you throw it in an old fashioned, you put it in a bourbon sour, you put it in a bourbon smash. You're going to get those beautiful notes that this bottle has to offer, but it's not going to break the bank. This is coming in at $28, $30 max for this bottle, and it's definitely the one to go if you're looking for something for that mixologist in your life. Final bottle I'm going to put on this shelf here right now for the under 100 proof bottles is going to be one that you're going to be spending a little bit more on for. That's somebody that you know absolutely loves bourbon. Somebody that might have this bottle right now, but they would love to have a second of it. And that bottle is going to go to Knob Creek 12 year. This is going to have that age, the proof, everything that bourbon lover in your life is going to absolutely love in this bottle. Wouldn't spend anything more than $70 on this bottle right here. In my opinion, it's not worth more than $70, but it's worth everything under that $70 price range. Really, just so darn good of a bottle. You can do anything with it again, right? It's a bottle that you can mix with it if you seem fit. I personally wouldn't recommend doing so. But it's got some peanut in there. It's got some really nice vanilla. It's got that oaky characteristic that you're looking for in those higher aged bottles of bourbon. And like I said, $70 max bottle right here for that significant other or bourbon lover in your life. All right, so next up we have our over 100 proofed bottles. These are going to be for those proof hounds, the lovers of proof, and even just the people that are trying to get into it, right? These are going to range in proof. They're going to range in price. But without further ado, let's get into bottle number one. Bottle number one is going to go to Russels Reserve Private Selects. These are the red and gold labels. They also have the single barrels with the red label and the white band on the bottom of them. Coming in at 110 proof, really good bottles. Wouldn't spend more than $80 on these though. They're, in my opinion, not that highly sought after. You can see these almost everywhere. You can find them for under $80, but $80 is the max that I would go for this. Some people don't love the Russels Reserve flavor profile. I personally didn't love it in the beginning, but I grew into it, and now it's one of my absolute favorites. And get this bottle for somebody who hasn't had it before, and if they don't enjoy it in the beginning, let them know, hey, you might grow into it. Let it breathe for a little bit in that bottle, and come back to it later on in life, and you might absolutely enjoy it. Bottle number two for over 100 proof is going to go to Barrell Bourbon products. These are their batch products. They've got a lot of offerings. Some people are afraid to buy Barrell because they are a blender. But I will stand behind Barrell and tell you that everything that I have received or bought from Barrell has been absolutely delicious. This right here is batch 35. Really good bottle. They've got the Vantage out there. They've got the Armadillo. They've got the Seagrass. They've got Barrell batch 31, 32, 33, 34. Their New Year's batches, their single barrel releases are all so good. Really love them. Wouldn't spend any more than $85 on these though. Get the bottle of Barrell for somebody who's afraid to buy it, because I will stand behind Barrell. You can tell them that I will always recommend Barrell bourbon products. Bottle number three in that over 100 proof is going to go to Blue Note Uncut Unfiltered. Really good bottle. This is these are all going to be store picks as well. You can see by the goldish yellow sticker on the side there. These aren't going to run you any more than $50. They're proofed in that 116 to 122 proof range. Really good bottles. I have 4 or 5 of them behind me. They are all exceptional pours. All of them are different. All of them are delicious. They have different flavor profiles, obviously, because of those single barrels. But really one of my go-to recommendations. Not sold in every state, just like all of these bottles might not be sold in your state, but if they are, walk into that store, see if they've got one of these single barrels, and it's definitely a recommendation and something that your significant other or bourbon lover will love to have. Next up, we've got Maker's Mark Private Selects. These are all going to be a little bit different due to the different staved profiles that go into the barrels. This is also going to be a wheated bourbon, so it's going to be a little bit softer, a little bit easier to drink for those bourbon lovers that are getting into the higher proof bottles, these aren't too proofy either. They're in that 109 to like 111 proof. This one's coming in at 108 proof, so they can get a little bit lower. They're all going to have a different flavor profile as well, because if you can see on that label there, they have different stave profiles. Some of them are going to be a little more sweet. Some are going to have a little more vanilla. Some of them are going to be a little more spicy. Some of them are going to have a little more cinnamon, depending on those staves that went into that barrel. Wouldn't spend anything more than like $70, $75 on these. Stores are going to be doing deals with their store picks most likely this Christmas season as well. Buy a store pick or two, might be able to get yourself an allocated bottle as well. But nonetheless, these Maker's Mark private selects are always a go-to for me. Really good. I've had samples, I've had my own bottles. These are killer bottles for the price. Next up, we've got Old Forester single barrel strength. These are what your significant other will absolutely love to have. Really good bottles. Adelphia's here in Central Jersey and East Brunswick has a store pick of this, so if you want to head on over there and get your significant other one of these, really recommend it. Really good bottle. Holds up to whatever you want to do with it. It might not hold up to those other higher allocated bottles, but on its own, really delicious bottle of juice that you just can't go wrong with. The 90 proof and the 100 proof, if you're looking for something that's a little bit proofed down but still packed full of flavor, those right there are also amazing bottles that you just can't go wrong with if you can't find this blue label. And I personally wouldn't spend over $100 on this bottle. It's going to be a little more expensive, but $100 max. These are in that $80 to $100 range. Shouldn't be anything more than that. Next up, how to put a workhorse. Everybody loves a little Granddad in their life, and the old Granddad 114 is that bottle, that workhorse, that bourbon lover or significant other will love to have. Put it under the stocking, wrap it up, put it under the tree, however you want to do it. This old Granddad 114 will make that bourbon lover so happy. $28, $30 max bottle right here that I would recommend for spending on this bottle. It's that workhorse, just like the Old Forester 100 proof was in that 90 to 100. This is that workhorse in over 100. It mixes well, shakes well, stirs well, drinks neat well, drinks on the rocks well. Really just fantastic bottle for the price and for the proof. Next up, we've got Elijah Craig barrel proofs. Now we've got A, B, and C. If you go into a store and you're not new and you're new into buying bourbon or just looking for something for somebody, ask the store if they have the C batch. The C batch I would spend up to $100 on. It is a very delicious pour. The A and the B, if they still have those, I wouldn't go over $85. Those are, in my opinion, not as good as the C release from this year. Coming in at 133 proof, so look for that. And it's also 13 years, 7 months old. That'll all be written on the label, so make sure you pay attention to that if you're looking for that. The A is just a 12-year-old, and the B is 11 years old. So make sure you're paying attention to that when you're going into the store, possibly buying these bottles for somebody for this holiday season. Really good bottles. This is definitely one for the ages, the C batch, but nonetheless, the A and the B, if you're looking for an Elijah Craig, are definitely good second offerings. And for the final bottle for this video, just like the Knob Creek was for the under 100 proof, I put a little bit higher echelon bottle on the list. This is definitely one that is going to be there. It's one that's brand new to me, but I cannot believe how good this bottle is. And that bottle is going to go to 2XO Gem of Kentucky. This is going to run you about $200, so this is it for that significant other that really loves bourbon, or that friend, you know, a best man, the groomsman, whatever you want to do, whatever you're looking for this holiday season, Christmas season. You're looking to give somebody the gift of a really delicious, amazing pour. Gem of Kentucky is definitely the way to go. I'm recommending this because obviously you're not going to find any of these for anything under $200 this holiday season, unfortunately, unless you have that connection. But the 2XO Gem of Kentucky coming in at 108 proof, double oaked bottle, really good staple piece on the shelf as well. Beautiful looking bottle and delicious bourbon inside. Really good. Wouldn't go over $200. If it's going over $200 at the store, don't buy it. It's a $200 bottle, nothing more. So there you guys have it. Those are the bottles that I would recommend for this holiday and Christmas season. Let me know down in the comments below, like I said, what bottle you're really looking forward to this holiday and Christmas season under the tree or whatever as a gift. If you enjoyed the video and you're new and you're looking for bottles, these are the ones that I would recommend. But until next time, this has been Nathan with the Everyday Drinker.